Hi peeps! So today's reading is going to be just a general check-in for the masculine and feminine energies for divine love connections. So before we begin, I just want to thank all of you who got a personal reading with me last week and took advantage of the little sale that I had. The response was amazing. Thank you guys so much. And I will have your follow-up readings 2 to 4 weeks after I sent you the original reading. Alright, so be on the lookout for that. If you haven't emailed me yet to tell me if you would prefer it to be closer to the 2-week or the 4-week time range, you can do that because then I can just try to book you in at your preferred time. Alright, I think that's all I had to say, so let's just get into it. This is going to be general, and just so you guys know, not every reading is going to resonate with all of you, okay? So if one reading just doesn't resonate, maybe it's just tapping more specifically into a different group, okay? Alright, so let's see. We're going to start with the masculine energy first, and then we're going to see the feminine energy. So let's see. Let's get a general idea of what is going on with the masculines currently. Because I know the energies have been shifting a lot. Ooh, okay. So we have grief, fresh start, and soulmate. Okay, so the soulmate is obviously the feminine. Alright, they're still going through a lot of grief. And remember, I think this has been coming up actually a lot in the recent readings, that they're just having a hard time. They're feeling the loss, they're feeling the grief, especially now with everything that's going on in the world. They're each affected in a different way, but they're all affected in a way where it is forcing them to see how they truly feel about their divine feminine, all right? And it's causing them to want to have this fresh start with you, all right? Their soulmate. Actually seeing this connection as a soulmate connection if they hadn't so before. All right, let's see what's going on with the feminines. What is going on with the feminines? New direction. Oh my gosh, exactly. I know this just because I talked to so many of you through email or through readings, that the feminines are trying to take a new direction in this journey. Let's see, what else? Action. Yeah, it's kind of like you are so tired of this connection. I mean, you have been tired for a long, long time, but now it's kind of like you have crossed that line where you just can't stand having things stay the same anymore. And so you are taking action to do something in a new direction. And for some of you, that might be being open to dating somebody else, or just cutting off contact with your masculine. For each of you, it could be something different, but definitely a new direction. And it's funny because I'm pretty sure we got this very recently for the feminines as well. So it's very interesting how consistent these cards are from reading to reading. All right, so let's actually start with the masculines, get a little bit more detailed. So let's see their general energy towards their divine feminine. Even though I do feel like this was it up here, I am going to get one more from this deck. Let's see. Just to get a different piece of information here. Alright, and we got two. We got adjacent possibilities and blossoming abundance. Alright, so they're definitely seeing the possibility of being with you. It's kind of like, you know how we always say that they're trapped and stuck. Now it's like right now they're in a phase where they're seeing the doors being opened, or able to see that the doors can open, that there are options that are doable to move towards having abundance with their feminine, blossoming abundance. So that would mean like an opening up of this connection. They're seeing that possibility. So We have the Three of Pentacles. So the Three of Pentacles, the Ace of Pentacles, and the Six of Swords. Okay, so they're definitely working towards something. I do want to get more details. But it's what I'm getting is that they're focused at the moment. They're focused at the moment at figuring out where it is that they want to give their commitment to. What is it that they want in the long term? Right? And in the process of leaving something behind. I mean, guys, I know we say this, but... and it just feels like it's dragging out. But hey, that's what keeps coming up. And trust me, we don't get these types of cards in every single reading, okay? Let's see. What's going on in their head? We have the Page of Wands. Okay, 2 pages. Page of Swords and the Ten of Wands in reverse. All right, yeah, so this is very consistent. All right, so for some of them, this up here could even be that they are leaving behind a karmic partner, okay? Or something that's karmic. And working towards that. Not actually, I'm not saying they're doing it, but what I'm saying is that they're working, okay? They're definitely working towards something. This is the first card out. And I'm also getting that it's kind of like they're working in collaboration with someone else. So if it is a karmic partner, then obviously it could be that person, that they're kind of like working with that person, even if it's not like directly working with that person. If it's an addiction, or if it's them being workaholics, or just anything of that sort, again, it's like they're working with somebody else to overcome this obstacle and to move away from it. I'm just getting the sense that somebody is helping them out. They're thinking about this a lot. I actually feel like they're thinking about you a lot. We have 2 pages here, the Page of Wands and the Page of Swords. So I'm almost getting that they're thinking about you in a way where it's I almost want to say obsessive. For some of them it might be a little bit more subconscious, like trying to suppress you, and for others it's a lot more on the surface. But you're definitely in their headspaces here, and there's a lot of passion attached to that. And I feel like if you're not in communication, a lot of them are really on the verge of communicating with you. Like they're thinking about this, but I am getting also that it's scaring them. We have the Ten of Wands here in reverse. So it's like they have something that they want to get off their chest. And they're really thinking about contacting you to tell you what that is. And it could even be about what it is that they are working towards. Some kind of a burden that they are trying to relieve themselves of. That may have been a barrier between the two of you. Or they just feel like they want to share this with you. See how they're feeling. We have the Queen of Swords in reverse. The Devil. Yeah, see? And the Devil is right under the Page of Swords. What did I tell you? Remember when I said almost in an obsessive way? That's it right here. And the Emperor in reverse. Yeah, so it's kind of like, you know, they're seeing you as this Queen of Swords in reverse here. They're seeing you as having drifted away from the connection in a sense. Or they're just seeing you as almost unattainable. And it doesn't necessarily have to be because you did something to make yourself this way. Okay, for some of you it might be because you you turned around and took a new direction, all right? That could be the case for some of you, and it definitely is. And then for others, what I'm getting is that they're just seeing you as unattainable because they don't feel like they are worthy of you. It's almost as if they feel like even if they do approach you, that eventually you are going to be the one who's going to reject them, or that they're not going to be able to trust you, or that they're not going to be able to live up to your standards, okay, with this Emperor being in reverse here. And so this is another reason why they're hesitating. It's not the only reason, but this is what we're tapping into today. And this, all of this that I just discussed, is all based in fear. The devil. It's just their own fears. And it's these fears that's holding them back. And at the same time, though, this is an obsessive way of thinking, though, right? Like overanalyzing, overthinking things, misconstruing, the facts or what is really going on. All right, so that answers the question as to why they're not coming forward. At least one of the reasons why. Because I was going to ask that, but I think we pretty much got this answer here. Okay, so let's actually move on to the feminines, and then we'll come back to the masculines and see if we want to clarify anything or look into the future energies. All right, and by the way, I will be doing a separate video, probably next week or like in a week, maybe sooner, for those of you who are in karmic relationships, or if your masculine is in a karmic relationship, okay? And then I'm also going to do, because I promised this a while back and I never did it, another video that's just for the karmic relationship. Sorry, I don't know why I can't talk. Okay, just to see what's going on with the masculine and the karmic partner, to tap into a different group than I had tapped into the previous time. All right, so let's see. What is going on with the feminines? What is their energy? Okay, so we have Angel of Strength and we have Strategy. Strategy may have been in reverse, doesn't really matter. So yeah, and we don't forget we also had the New Direction and the Action. Okay, so oh my gosh. Seriously, you guys, look at that. Action and strategy. So the feminines are up to something. The feminines are up to something and definitely feeling like they are stronger now, able to move forward or somehow handle the situation, or maybe even detach. I do still believe that there is grief actually for the feminines as well. Remember, like I always say, these energies can overlap between the masculine and the feminines, okay? Because the feminines have masculine energy in them and the masculines also have some feminine energy, okay? So just as I do believe that the masculines are also taking a new direction and action, right? To some extent, the feminines are also feeling this grief. Okay, because they believe that this person is their soulmate, right? Or their twin flame, as we see up here. And so even though they're taking action and they're being strong, moving in a direction, that doesn't mean that that doesn't come with some pain, okay? So let's see. What is this about? Well, we have the devil in reverse for you guys. So that's good. The masculine is obsessing and the feminine is detaching. Okay. See, so we have the Tower, the Two of Wands, and the Nine of Wands. All right, so the Two of Wands is like the strategy. That is like planning and strategizing. So, and then we have the Tower and the Nine of Wands. So yeah, so the feminines are detaching, And that is a Tower, because this time you are really detaching. This is bringing a lot of changes. You have gone through a lot of changes. You have had revelations. That's what I'm getting with this. I'm not getting like crazy heaviness with this, although for some you might feel it very heavy, especially if you tend to have more of the grief from the masculine side. And some of you might even just be picking that up from your masculines, right? But there's definitely a huge change in the feminines. You are really starting to think about your life and what is in your own highest good. And you, like I said before, you are tired. You are tired, and this is what's making you push forward to just turn the wheel, to change something, and to push through. This definitely does not mean that you are letting go of your masculine. Okay, it does not mean that at all. It just means that you are changing something in your life, that you are not just going to sit around living the same experience over and over and over again. Two of Cups in reverse. This is for your headspace, by the way. The Four of Cups and the Knight of Pentacles in reverse, although I do feel like they were upright. But again, like I said, it doesn't really matter. So yeah, what you're thinking is that this connection hasn't come to be. You don't know if it ever will, or if it does, when will that be? But like I said, it's like you're just tired. It's not even tired. It's not even fed up. It's just kind of like an I quit kind of a thing almost. Just feeling like you don't know if this is ever going to materialize. And you are done waiting for something that you feel is never coming through. Like you're just waiting, and this offer just never comes. It's almost as if you feel like, that opportunity has passed. Like, like I said before, there was a trust issue with the masculine. I feel like there's also going to be a trust issue, or you're thinking that there might be a trust issue from your end, even if the masculine does come through. And the Knight of Pentacles in reverse. So yeah, because you feel like this has been their energy. Like they're just so slow. Coming in so slowly that, is that day even ever going to come? Not to mention you still feel, with this Four of Pentacles here, that rejection of them not having taken that opportunity to have you when they had the chance. That hurts. That does hurt. Right? And this is what's making you think that this Two of Cups is just in reverse. Alright, let's take a quick look at your feelings. Yeah, Ten of Wands in reverse, releasing the burden. That's funny, they have that, but they have it in their headspace. You're actually feeling this. You're like, no. I'm releasing you because I can't do this anymore. Ace of Coins. You are releasing this expectation to have that Ace of Pentacles. And so funny, they have the Ace of Pentacles too. So you look at that mirroring. They're working towards it, but you're like, nope. I'm releasing that. And you releasing that is probably what is pushing them to try to get it. You're releasing that expectation of being together in the 3D, and that is pushing them to work towards it. Anything else? How are the feminines feeling? Queen of Wands. You are ready to stand in your power. With this Queen of Wands here, you are ready to just go after your own, your own desires. What is in your highest good? And although it might be a little bit scary on the one hand, you're feeling confident about it. All right, wow, okay. So, you know, let's actually... Let's see. Let's clarify. I want to clarify the Six of Swords. Why is the Six of Swords here for the masculines? The Ace of Swords. Yeah, see, so they're moving, whatever it is that they are moving away from, leaving behind, it is causing them to move towards their truth. And I just feel like this has been a very big theme lately, actually, about truth. Finding truth, seeing the truth. And again, I feel like it is very much connected to the crisis that's going on right now. And it's not even just for masculines and feminines and divine connection. This is actually for everybody. A lot of people are finding their truths. Or finding what is true in their life, what they want, what they don't want, who they are not. Clarify the page here. Yeah, 10 of Cups in reverse. And the Queen of Pentacles in reverse. So, for a lot of them, all right, so if they have a karmic partner, right, this is them releasing that burden of the karmic partner, the Queen of Pentacles in reverse, right, and the 10 of Cups in reverse. This is the connection with the karmic partner here. All right, so a lot of them, this is what they're thinking about, how they are going to release that burden. And like I said before, a lot of them want to communicate this with you. And then for others, right, this is why they're obsessing. They're obsessing because what their truth is that they're realizing that they don't have this 10 of Cups. They don't have fulfillment. They don't have love in their life. And this is what they want to move towards because that is a truth that they have recently come to realize. Yeah, I think it's all very clear, actually. I don't think we need to clarify anything here. I don't think we need to clarify anything for the feminines. Very clear as well. So let's actually get into the near future energies. Let's see what is coming up. So what is coming up for these masculines in the next week or two? We have the Eight of Swords, which actually landed in reverse and then it flipped. But we'll see now. Oh, and the King of Swords. Let's get a couple more. The Knight of Swords in reverse. And the Four of Cups. So coming up in the next couple of weeks or so, I feel like they're still going to be thinking about these adjacent possibilities, but they're not completely like feeling like they can do it yet. I feel like they're still going to be in this Emperor in reverse type of an energy. But the good news is that we have the King of Swords, and so they are becoming more clear about it. Just more determined. It's kind of like they want to, you know, I'm seeing this. Like they just want to take that sword and cut through that spider web. all right, which is their prison. That spider web is their prison. So it's like, yeah, they're still feeling that they're in it. I'm actually getting more so that they are just seeing that as a truth more so than ever, right? More than anything, that's what it is. It's not so much that they are trapped in it, so much as it is that they are actually coming to see how how they've been trapping themselves in this spider web. And this king here is just like, you know, like he just wants to cut away that web to be set free. So much that they're the Knight of Swords in reverse. Oh my gosh, you guys. Okay, remember how I always keep saying that it's like obsessive type of thoughts, like over analyzing, overthinking, like just really going crazy about it. That's the Knight of Swords right here. And I said that before this card even came out. All right, so that's just confirmation. And why? Because they are sick and tired of being unhappy. Because they're unhappy. It's very clear. There's no question about that. All right, it's like now they're looking at that cup that they could have taken when they had the opportunity. All right, so that's what's coming up in the next week or so. Let's see if we're going to take any actions towards you. We have the Seven of Cups. And Temperance. All right, so I'm not actually seeing this as action being taken towards you, like, you know, physically. Because they're still thinking about these adjacent possibilities. They're still looking at these options, of these doors that I was talking about in the beginning. They're still, it's like they're processing this information. It's like now they're seeing that they can get untrapped of whatever it was in their web, right? Wanting to cut through it. And therefore to balance themselves out with this Temperance card. Okay, because they need to get out of this devil energy. I mean, this devil energy, though, it's really obsessing about you, but they need to get out of that. As flattering as that might sound to some, it's, yeah, but they need to get out of that, and so that they can think clearly, which they will be, right, with the King of Swords here, and the Temperance right after. That is what they're going to be doing, so that they can look at these options and the solutions to their problems more clearly and in a more balanced way. And that's exactly what they're going to be doing in the next week or two. Okay, so let's see what is coming up for the feminines. Just a couple cards. Just a couple cards here. Ooh, we have the Four of Swords. So I see you guys as actually just really healing in the next couple of weeks. Resting, healing. I mean, yeah, it doesn't mean you're not sad, but yeah, this flipped over, probably didn't. It doesn't mean you're not sad, but you are handling your emotions. You are healing through them. Yeah, see, and the King of Wands. So you are able to just push through. We have the Queen of Wands and the King of Wands for you. Really standing in your power, really able to, having the strength to overcome your difficulties at the moment and pushing through in this new direction. All right, so let's just get, let's see if there's any, let's see how long this is. All right, let's see if there's any messages for the feminines. We have the Two of Pentacles in reverse. Excuse me. This is advice, so I'm taking it upright. It doesn't matter if they're upright or in reversed when we're asking for guidance. Ooh, the Four of Wands. just get one more. Apparently I'm having a hard time handling this deck. But I will get used to it. There we go. And, the Devil. Okay, so basically the guidance here is, all right, that it's basically saying you are strong enough to overcome your challenges. Basically what I just said. Okay, to balance out with this Two of Pentacles. You can manage. You might feel like you have a lot on your plate right now for whatever reason, whether it's this new direction is bringing up some fear, right? This is the Devil in this deck. It's called the Shadow, fear. So it might be bringing up some fear. Like maybe you're afraid, well, what if this pushes my masculine completely away, or he never wants to come back, or what if I don't want him when he does come back? It could be something completely different. Whatever it is, right? Spirit is saying here, find your stability. Okay, don't focus on these negative thoughts. All right, that's just ego. That's just ego, and in some cases, it could even be negative energies or negative dark entities just trying to kind of block you. Okay, and you don't want to let them do that. They have no power over you if you stay in your balance, stay in your firm foundation, right, and find that sense of security and protecting yourself from within. All right, and it's interesting because I said something similar in my previous video where I shared a text message that my DM had sent me a while back. And again, part of the guidance that came through after, when I pulled some cards, was for the feminine to not focus on negativity and to let go of resentment and just anything negative. So I do feel like it's in line with that. All right, so let's just get a final oracle card from this deck to see any final messages that want to come through for you. All right, and we got Desert Passage. Trust that there's a divine plan. All right, so no need to fear. I feel like the feminines, for the most part, you're on the right track. You're doing well. Oh, there was another card under this King of Wands. Sorry, guys, didn't see it. And it's the Eight of Cups in reverse. Okay, so this is so this was in your future energy. So just a quick little add-on to you resting and healing is also that you, and overcoming your obstacles is also that you're not completely walking away from this connection. Yes, you're moving in a new direction. Yes, you're taking action. Yes, you're overcoming the obstacles. Yes, you're detaching, but you're still holding space, and that's okay. That's exactly, you know, what is meant for you to do. Okay, holding that space, but not being attached to it in an obsessive way. All right, so that's actually really good. Yeah, sorry I went out of order here. So back to this, Desert Passage, trust that there's a divine plan. Okay, everything is orchestrated, everything is pretty much on track. Pretty much on track. Yeah, slow, feels really slow, but there is a divine plan behind all of this, even for those of you moving in a new direction. Okay, so that was it. Those were your messages. Please give me a like and leave me a comment if this resonated. Do subscribe, and you know what? I realized that not all videos show up in your subscriptions feed, so do hit that bell if you want to be seeing my videos. All right, and I will talk to you guys soon. Much love. Bye.